Over the last 8 months, Killer Refrigerator has taken the nation by storm.
They're fucking metal. That's all I can say.
Killer Refrigerator is probably the best band I've ever heard in the history of the universe. They saved my life. I was gonna kill myself via spontaneous combustion, but I heard Killer Fridge and decided that life was worth living after that.
They provided a profound message to listeners.
We're starting about refrigerators taking over the world. It's just too nuts for me to handle. It's gonna happen within the next 3 years, dude, I'm telling you. We already have TVs in those now. First they're gonna put TVs in them, then come the computer chips. Then comes Terminator.
I definitely guarantee you that they are going to take over. No matter what you do, they will all kill you and your families.
They've saved lives.
Killer Refrigerator saved my life. My friend Dimebag here turned me onto them back in the 80s. Rest in peace. They're probably the most ear-shattering ball-sack wetness band I've ever heard.
And they've brought hope to the local metal scene.
Killer Refrigerator saved the local metal scene.
They've rewritten the book on audio production.
Yeah, this is the car where we recorded dueling blenders. And this is really the future of audio engineering. I mean, the tone that you get from recording in a personal vehicle is just amazing. I mean, the sound isolation is great, and it really just makes everything sound that much more live. It's just... Actually, if you listen very closely to the vocal track on that song in the background, you can actually hear my friend Macy sitting in the back seat texting away in grave disappointment. This is the future of audio engineering.
And provided an invaluable public service to their listeners.
What do you guys think the chances are of killer appliances taking over the world and killing all of humanity as we know it?
Very high. I think in the next day or two.
What about you, son?
Yeah, my phone's been acting weird lately, so I'm pretty scared.
Right. All of humanity's been acting very scary since we become so dependent on the appliances that we use every day. If there was one thing that you would do to try to stop this apocalypse from killer appliances, what would it be?
Probably eat a lot of muffins and pour lots of water on all my cell phones and appliances.
You heard it here first, guys. This has been Grango and Dango. Thank you.
Over the next 3 hours, we'll be exploring their success.
Killer Refrigerator CD that we keep in our store for $100. We can't keep it in stock. It sells out every week. They bring us another one, we sell it. With the Killer Refrigerator CD, no one's gonna ever want to download MP3s again. This CD is definitely gonna save the industry. I'm waiting for the vinyl. I'm probably gonna be able to get $200 each out of the vinyl. I don't see why that would be a problem.
Yeah, refrigerator.
Their hardships.
And despite all my best efforts, the doctors told me I still had 50 more years to live. It was the hardest day of my whole life.
And ultimately, their redemption.
I've stared deep into the mirror of mortality, and I saw a tunnel. The light at the end of the tunnel. I wasn't sure whether it was heaven or whether it was just a refrigerator.
This is the story of Killer Refrigerator. The True Hollywood story.
Her life's ambition was to be a star.
Never recover from the public scandal.
In the year 2013, Cody Kuhn met Luke Sackenheim at a Guitar Center. The friendship was immediate.
So one day, I go to Guitar Center. I see this dude on the sidewalk playing guitar at Guitar Center. So I walk up to him, I look down, and I say, honest to God, that's the worst shit I've heard in my entire life.
After mocking Cody's shitty guitar skills, they agreed to start a band.
I felt sorry for him. So we went to the studio, threw on a track. Well, you know what, 5 months later, we had the whole album done. When we dropped When Fridges Rule This World, it felt like felt like it was the first time music ever loved me back. I love it so much. It's just so.
When the E! True Hollywood story continues, Killer Refrigerator makes a trip to the Netherlands.
Ping, 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 ping. I looked down at my phone. We had gotten a Facebook message from a band local to us. And they said, Killer Refrigerator, we really love the tunes. At that moment, Luke and I, our eyes met, tear rolled down each of our cheeks, and we proceeded to read the rest. He said, hi, my band is setting up a show this Friday at the Mad Frog. The Mad Frog. And I mean, it has a capacity of maybe 45 people. We just got done playing to 10,000 people, but this 45 people in this shitty part of town, nothing sounded more appealing to us. Nothing sounded more appealing to us. He said we wouldn't get paid at all. And at that time, that balance that I spoke of earlier was gone. I felt reckless inside. I needed to get home to play this show at the Mad Frog, but we couldn't do it because we were in the Netherlands. And really, I feel like we betrayed our home folk, the natives to this land, and we were so far away and unable to bring the happiness that was asked of us to the Mad Frog. At that time, we canceled the rest of the tour. And I mean, to this day, we try to get back at the Mad Frog, but they're just booking, you know, these great Christian bands that bring 6 people to shows, screamo bands that, quite honestly, just kill themselves afterwards. And it's like, that's just where we would love to play, you know. But we couldn't. That's life.
When Cody told me we couldn't play the Mad Frog show because we were still in the Netherlands, that was literally the hardest day in my whole life.
And producer Luke Sackenheim struggles to cope with his addiction.
That's a lie. I don't even like coffee.
Killer Refrigerator is known for exploring themes of death and appliance violence in their lyrics. Through the medium of music, they provided a valuable public service to their listeners. Most of these lyrics have been derived from the personal experiences of lead singer and guitarist Cody Kuhn.
I mean, I'd say that was probably the first appliance possession that had ever been recorded. At that point, I was very odd. I recorded all the happenings in my house, and we actually have footage from that day in East Germany in 1962 of me putting the Pop-Tart in there. And pretty much it is exactly what you'd think. The toaster came alive. It just was able to attach itself to my body. Blood started gushing everywhere. And I was able to subdue it just due to my training. Me and Douglin, the mule, we would obviously just do ninja training. It was Germany in 1962. Everybody was doing ninja stuff then. It was just a wave. We can get into that later though. And I was able to subdue the toaster. And then after I saw it there laying on the ground, shambled in pieces. There was this electrical surge that went through my house. The TV started glowing red. The refrigerators and blenders started to shake. And I feel like that really was the first wave, because from then on out, obviously, I mean, you turn on the news and you hear about appliances killing people. I mean, in 2014, it's a normal thing that happens every day. But 1962 things were different. I moved to America the next year and helped Stan Lee create Spider-Man. And really, if you read those comics, any Marvel comics, there are undertones of murderous appliances. Can't point any out right away because of copyright problems, but just go read any comic book and, I mean, killer appliances are there. And, you know, that's just, you know, the basis, the origin of where Killer Refrigerator was eventually spawned after my jail time.
When Luke Sagenheim heard Cody's story, something resonated within him, and he felt compelled to produce the entire album.
I thought that the lyrics provoked a message that people needed to hear. I mean, when I heard them, became aware of the impending doom of appliances on my personal life, I was shocked and horrified. I needed to spread that message to the world, so I took it upon myself to record and produce it, so that the world may be saved from appliances. It's a real fear. Really.
The lyrical content, well, I mean, altogether, I'd say that it is pretty much the best thing that's ever been written, and I don't say that lightly. I don't not mean that, of course, because I've said it. I've traveled the world with this album, just to find out, you know, what message am I really spreading? Am I spreading the right message that, you know, the apocalypse is coming, that, you know, killer refrigerators are gonna eventually murder and kill everyone. And after my travels, I have traveled to Colombia, Argentina, Egypt, Cairo, and then this little, you know, the most southern part of Africa, Cape Town. I sat down with a tribe. The chieftain across from me, across from the fire, and I sat there and I played the album by heart on my acoustic guitar. And as I finished the Anal Cunt song, I went back in time and voted for Hitler. All the children staring at me in my eyes. And I looked at the chieftain and I said, "What do these lyrics mean to you?" And he said to me, "It means utaka," which in their tongue, their African tongue, means hope. Not only hope, but salvation. We have become the foundation of the next generation of hope. And I just think that if everyone can take what the tribe in Cape Town was able to take away from this album, I think that just makes everything worth it.
When the True Hollywood story continues, Killer Refrigerator gets their shot at the Big Apple.
And he says, "Just go, man." And our saxophone player, it's always the saxophone players, he looks right at me. Is Adam Green. He stares right at me and he says, "You're not going to shit in that bag. You're not going to shit in that bag." And I said, I have to. This is a thing for me. It's a family tradition, part of my religion. And there was a thickness in the air that only I could feel, I could say. That thickness, it was my flatulence. Moving right along, I proceeded to take my pants down. Like I had so many times before in the comfort of a restroom. I pulled them down and I took the bag. As the fecal matter began to pour out of my butt like a broken gutter on the side of your house, it fell so gracefully in the bag. In my eyesight, I was locked dead on the Statue of Liberty's eyes. That was freedom. That was the most freedom I believe that any man has ever felt since July 4th.
And John Petrucci shares his thoughts on the latest Killer Fridge album.
Here we are with John Petrucci of Dream Theater. He's going to tell us his thoughts on Killer Refrigerator. That's beautiful.
We join Killer Refrigerator at Bed Bath & Beyond, where they assess current threats from the newest lines of appliances. They also take the time to do public service and make sure that the public is cognizant of the real fear of appliance mutilation and the inevitable fridge apocalypse.
Now we're inside Bed Bath & Beyond, and we've flew into the eye of the storm, if you will. If you look over to my right here, you'll see a device that was altogether staggering. I mean, the fact that you would bring this into your home, look at this right here. You think that this is gonna dry clean your clothes? I mean, look, in a matter of seconds, wraps around your neck, up to the ceiling, and you are dead. I mean, you cannot breathe. And I'm gonna tell you that this place is dangerous. This place is cancer. The reason that we come here is to gain knowledge, insight on new appliances or non-appliances that bring the violence, if you will, that are parts of the huge jigsaw puzzle that is the apocalypse. And as you can see here, this is just, you're fucked. Oh, hi there. Cody with Killer Refrigerator. We're here with another update in Bed Bath & Beyond. See here a KitchenAid 6-speed hand mixer. You tell me what this looks like. It's like something that is going to go right here and just carve your eyes out. You're going to be blind for your whole entire fucking life. Did you know that there are 1,253 fridge-related deaths every year? That they could just be prevented by simply not using an icebox in your household? Did you know that the stove and oven that you see in front of you could possibly murder you? Take a look right down here. You'll see this has 2 compartments. One for you, and one for your children. Murder and rape and murder your whole family, and rape and murder them, and rape and murder your whole family. I don't know what this is. The donut maker? You gotta get me out of here, man. I can't be around these things anymore. Death is all around us, don't you understand? This whole entire back place is filled with a warehouse full of all these coffee pots, these things that is just gonna take our body parts and they are going to murder us. Listen to my warning. This is the end.
When True Hollywood Stories returns, the youth of America shares their thoughts.
If I had to use it in my own words, I would think it's good, maybe a little bit awesome, maybe 1 in 100. I would turn off the power grid.
What if they come alive without them?
I would spray them with water.
And some grudges never die.
And why did you choose to do that? Ha! Toaster oven.
Join us for the next half hour when Killer Refrigerator gets signed to Interscope Records and they team up with Skillet, Buck Satan, and the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus in an attempt to land a gig at the Mad Frog.
Luke and I sat down in the hot tub there, and in the Netherlands we had naked women all around us, handing us $100 bills, and we were just bathing in this glory that I thought I'd never feel, that of balanced with the satisfaction of spreading the gospel of Lord Freezus, and then of just being able to let go.
Limbs spewing everywhere, torn apart like a salad. Her groin lay agape with a blender deep inside her. It was the hardest day of my whole life.
Are you gonna like ask me a question, or should I just go on about the CD?
Just go on about it. That's just good.
All right. Wait, what's it called again?
A chopper bowl attachment. You know what that is right there? It's gonna chop your dick off with that, and it's just gonna go flying around in there. And you're gonna wish that you listened. You're gonna wish that you didn't come to Bed Bath and be headed. We need the drum machine stuff.
I think this is the apex of my life. The greatest thing I've ever done, and the greatest thing I will ever do. Definitely. Definitely.